This person betrayed your trust. Yes, you read that right, he did. It behind your back while you were distracted believing in his promises. He pretended to be present, but in reality, he was getting lost in other situations, seeking distractions that did not fill the void you left. While you sleep, this person is awake, thinking about how to manipulate the situation, how to get away. Unscathed and maintain control, he wove lies with sweet words, but his actions tell a different story. And you know this because you saw the messages. You noticed the disjointed smiles and the evasive glances. You felt the growing distance that he tried to hide behind flimsy excuses. You're not imagining things. That feeling that he is doing something wrong is real. He said he needed space, but what he really needed was someone to embrace him while he played with your trust. This person feels guilt, but also a strange freedom in truly letting go. He likes the adrenaline, the thrill of living on the edge, but that life doesn't fit with what you had. In truth, he is afraid of what he might feel if he really committed, and this is the brutal truth. He hides behind excuses because he knows that honesty could ruin his little world. Meanwhile, you find yourself in a maze of emotions, questioning every word, every gesture. The truth is, he can't give what you deserve, but he continues in your orbit, trying to make you think that everything is fine, but the unanswered messages, the broken promises, all that weighs. He is in other places, distracted by other people, but he knows that no smile is as genuine as yours. In moments of loneliness, he revisits his memories, simply getting lost in how everything seemed easier, more real between you. The connection he destroyed out of sheer irresponsibility. And while you wait for him, wondering if he misses you, he runs away from himself. His life is a performance, and yours is a search for answers that will never come. You have already begun to understand that hope is not what keeps him moving, but the pain he does not want to face. You have already realized that even when surrounded by other people, he misses you. Deep down, he knows he is wrong, but pride and the fear of admitting it are greater than him. This will not change. While he distracts himself in bars and parties, the truth is that his heart is destined to be lost where you cannot reach. This person is trapped in a cycle of illusions, being unable to deal with what he really feels. And you are waiting for him to take the courage he never had. But he won't, because continuing in this lie is easier than facing the pain of a truth he created himself. He betrayed you behind your back, and now his confession will end everything. This person is living an internal struggle that you don't understand. While you sleep, he is awake, tormented by the decisions he made. He pretends that everything is fine, but inside the storm does not stop. He may laugh and go out with friends, but that is just a facade. The truth is that he is trying to forget the pain he caused you, but he knows he can't. He said he needed space, but what he really wanted was time to run away from his own feelings. He did not want to face the truth, that you were the only one who made him feel something real. Now he seeks consolation in superficial relationships, but nothing compares to you. And you know that because you felt it when he began to distance himself. You noticed the small changes, the hours he spent away, the smiles that were no longer for you. All of this was not in vain. You are not imagining it. His actions contradict his words, and that is painful. He said you were important, but at the same time he distanced himself as if you didn't mean anything. What he hides is that, even surrounded by people, he feels lonely. He pretends to be happy, but the truth is that he is drowning in his own guilt. With every conversation he has, with every laugh he lets out, he is remembering what he left behind, you, and it consumes him inside. He acted this way because he was afraid to surrender, afraid of losing the freedom he always valued. But the irony is that he lost you, and that is what imprisons him the most. Meanwhile, you are there trying to move on, but the pain does not disappear. You keep thinking about him, reliving memories, wondering where everything went wrong. You feel that there is still something between you, but you are tired of waiting for him. His silence, his distance is just a way for him to try to face his own reality, but he can't. And the brutal truth is that he knows he made a mistake. He may try to distract himself with other people, but what he lost does not leave his mind. He knows that you deserved more than the crumbs he gave you. He feels an enormous void knowing that you are drifting away. It is a pain that he himself caused, but that now suffocates him. Meanwhile, he hides, waiting for the right moment, but that moment never comes, because fear paralyzes him. And you? You are tired of being ignored. You deserve someone who fights for you, who recognizes your value, and not someone who sits on the corner of life crying over their decisions. And you already knew that. He is trapped in his own web of lies and excuses, and while you question whether you should wait or move on, he is there, trapped between guilt and desire. He wants to get closer, but shame is greater. And that is the truth he refuses to face. You both know where this will end, but neither of you has the courage to take the necessary step. You feel it. You realize that time is passing and opportunities are slipping away, and the pain only increases. The reality is that you need to decide, wait for a miracle, or move on with your life. Because, in the end, this is a painful cycle that won't change until both of you take action. That person in your head right now is not who you thought they were. They are hiding feelings and actions that could destroy you once the truth comes out. While you sleep, this person is struggling with guilt. They are thinking about everything they did and what was left undone. They know the trust between you has been broken and have no idea how to fix it. They told you there was no one around, a lie. They are with someone else. Someone who doesn't even come close to what you two had, but they delude themselves into thinking they can fill that void. They are living a contradiction, saying that you are special to them while engaging in situations that only increase the distance between you. And you know this because you felt the changes in the air. You noticed when they started to pull away, the sadness in their eyes, despite the fake smiles. You are not imagining things. Your intuition screams that something is wrong and you are correct. The brutal truth is that they don't know how to deal with their feelings. They feel an intense love for you, but the fear of opening up and getting hurt again paralyzes them. They acted as if they didn't care, but deep down they are panicking. What they really feel is confusing, and at times intense and at times incredibly painful, and all of this hides a deep fear of losing you completely. Meanwhile, you continue with your routines, trying to move forward. You look at your phone, waiting for a message that never comes. The truth is that all those interactions were lost in a sea of uncertainties that they created. They might even be living. His heart still echoes your name, but he is suffocating in regrets. He has thought 1,000 times about seeking you out, but shame stops him. He fears that any contact will only reopen wounds he himself caused. And so as the hours pass, he finds himself trapped in the middle of all this, immersed in his own selfishness, without the courage to face what truly matters. You've already noticed that he is distancing himself more each day, and if that doesn't hurt you, it's because you already understand this dynamic. You may think that he has forgotten you, but believe me, he is thinking of you more than you imagine. In the silence of the night, while others sleep, he loses himself in memories of you. But the truth is that those memories are not enough for the courage he needs. He feels like a prisoner of the past, not knowing how to break free. And as you try to move on, the cruel reality is that he is sabotaging his own chances of happiness. He betrayed you behind your back, and now the confession will destroy everything. As you try to move forward, this person is paralyzed in their own confusion. He knows he hurt you, but doesn't have the courage to face the consequences. Deep down, he is drowning in regret, looking at old messages, recalling the moments you shared, trying to find an escape that doesn't exist. He said everything was fine, but it was all a lie. He was with other people, trying to fill the void that you left. However, every fake laugh he let out, every toast he raised, was a bitter reminder that something was missing. You may have felt it. That pang in your chest when you saw he was active on social media, smiling next to someone else. You know he is not happy. His happiness is a mask, a facade that hides under the superficiality. And you realized he was distancing himself from you, even when he promised everything would be fine. He hides so much. He didn't just betray the trust, but also betrayed himself by leaving you. Walk away. What he really feels is a turmoil of emotions he can't handle. Pity, anger, longing. This confused state makes him unable to figure out how to redeem himself. He wishes he could go back in time, but he's also scared of you. You are the truth he can't face. Meanwhile, you find yourself in a limbo, waiting for messages that no longer come. Thinking about every word he said, trying to decipher the truth behind the lies. You are not imagining things. He knows he was wrong, and your intuition never failed. You knew something was wrong, knew things weren't as he said. He's in a vicious cycle. thinks of you, tries to forget you, gets distracted with other people, but at the end of the day, he only manages to deceive himself. He believes that he can find someone who compares to you, but he can't, and that is the cruelty of the situation. With each attempt to distance himself, he feels more trapped. He keeps busy with work, with the gym, with outings, but deep down, he's just waiting for you to reach out to him. What he hides is one last trace of hope, that maybe one day you will forgive him. But we can't forget that he was the one who caused the damage. Meanwhile, you notice how he goes on living his life while your absence is a constant presence. You feel the connection is still there, but he remains silent. You know he still thinks about you, but the question is, will he take any action? The brutal truth is that his confession could be the key to repair, but he doesn't know if he should act. Fear paralyzes him. He doesn't know if you still feel anything for him. Doubt consumes him. Knowing what he did was unforgivable, he doesn't know how to take the step that could change everything. And time is passing, and the chance to change the situation is slipping away, fading away. You already know this. You have already delved into these truths and cannot ignore them. The pain is real, as is the uncertainty. And all this unfolds into a new chapter that might never be written, unless he finds the courage to stop reliving the moments you had together. While you sleep, he is awake, going over messages, laughing at jokes you shared, but he never dares to admit that he misses you. He claimed he needed space, but that was a lie. What he really needs is courage to confront the feelings he has for you. He feels trapped between what he desires and what he thinks he should do. He rationalizes the absence as a solution, but deep down he knows that's not how things work. And you know this because, at some point, you realized how much he had withdrawn, yet still felt his presence. You noticed when he started acting strangely, as if trying to convince himself that everything was fine. But you looked into his eyes and saw it was just a facade. When you were together, everything made sense. He would open up, but now he is stuck in his own web of insecurities. You felt when the connection began to fade, when the conversations became shallower and the intimacy disappeared into a cloud of silence. The brutal truth is that, despite appearances, he still thinks about you. He feels the weight of the absence you left, but doesn't know how to deal with it. What he really feels is a mix of longing and regret. He knows he was wrong to let you go, but can't find a way back. The time that has passed hasn't diminished the feelings. On the contrary, it has only increased the pain of the reality he built for himself. He hides all this behind a forced smile. While he tries to move on, he spends the day thinking about what his world would be like if you were still around, present, and deep down, you also have this image of him in your head. Don't. You? In the meantime, you try to focus on other things while your memories continue to echo. He deludes himself into thinking he can erase you from his life. With every new person he dates, he tries to convince himself that he has found someone better. But in the end, it is you he truly desires. The truth is, no one else compares to you, even if he won't admit it. Meanwhile, you wonder if he still cares. You feel the uncertainty lingering in the air, almost like a weight on your chest. You have asked yourself if he had the courage to move on. But deep down you know he is still trapped in this internal battle. And look, this person will never lose the memory of you two. The days pass, but the memories remain alive. He is the first to wake up and the last to sleep. What remains is an echo of a love he pretends not to feel, but that slowly consumes him. And the cruel reality is that he is afraid. Afraid of what might happen if he opens his heart again. He feels suffocated between the desire to have you back and the fear of rejection. So he stays away, hoping that time will heal the wounds he himself caused. And you? You keep living, but his indifference can't erase what you two built. You feel it too. You also know that the connection is still there, but both are stuck in a cycle of silence that seems never ending. And in the end, the truth is this: he knows that you are special, but the fear of getting hurt makes him choose to remain paralyzed. He already knew this, and somewhere deep in the back of his mind, he recognizes that the only person who truly matters is you, and you already knew this.